Hey everybody, welcome to the weekend report for October 6, 2023. I want to talk about what's been in the news this week because it's been a ride to say the least. I'm going to start with the JOLTS report. That does stand for Job Opening and Labor Turnover Survey. In the current month did show that we had job openings at 9.6 million, and last month was revised up to 8.9 million. So it seems great, a lot of jobs out there to be had. But if you look within that report, you can see that hiring is actually at the slowest pace it's ever been since 2020. It's at 3.7%. So while there might be a lot of jobs out there, just doesn't seem to be much hiring going on. Biggest part of this week, let's go into some slides now. Let's talk about home appreciation. We did get numbers for CoreLogic and Black Knight, both showing again month over month improvements. So again, since the start of this year, home values continue to go up as the inventory remains low and the demand remains high. That will continue to support and drive home values up. Now, the news reports a lot on median home value, and there's a lot of negative press associated to that, especially when it goes down. But home appreciation and median price are not the same thing. Median home price represents that number of homes that sold for 50% sold over that number and 50% sold less. Just the middle of the road number doesn't actually represent home appreciation. And it's easily skewed because it's driven by home prices. So you could have a month where more homes in the lower price sold, therefore making that number median, that median number lower. Or you have a month where more homes in the higher value sold, that's going to skew the number up. So appreciation, median home value, not the same thing, and I don't want you to be confused by that. Also, this week we got the ADP report and the BLS report. ADP came out on Wednesday showing that job creations were at 89,000 for the month. That is half of what the prior month was. But now today, you look at the BLS number and it's showing 380,000 jobs created. So estimate was at 170. Well, actually, this chart showing 336 jobs created, sorry, but it's estimated 170,000. It's almost double what the expectation was. And the prior 2 months were revised up 119,000, but offset by the birth-death ratio of 119,000 down. And the birth-death ratio just means the number of job companies that were open versus the numbers that failed and closed. Also within this report, comes other numbers like the average hourly earnings and so forth. And you can see here in this chart, average hourly earnings showed to be up month over month 4.3% or 4.2% rather, and that the average weekly earnings were at 3.5% up month over month. If you compare this to last year, though, these numbers are actually down. So they are slowing. The pace of earnings, income earnings is slowing down right now, which does not bode well for the amount of debt that people are carrying at this point. You can see right here, if we break that down for you, year over year, the average hourly earnings down from 4.3 to 4.2%. Doesn't seem like a big number, but when it comes to people making money and paying the bills to make, the ends meet, we don't want to see that number go down. Average weekly earnings down from 4% to 3.5% year over year. The average number of hours worked hasn't changed much. The lowest we ever hit so far this year is 34.3 hours worked a week. We're at 34.4 right now. But again, that's not full-time hours. So just pointing that out. Now, also with the BLS report is the household survey report. And this is where the unemployment number comes in. And again, the household survey is actually a survey directly that goes out by to people individually, whereas the business and the business report actually goes out to companies. So this is what people are telling, reporting on this survey. And you can see that for them, jobs showing creations of 86,000, labor force at 90,000. But if you look further down into this chart, what's very interesting about these numbers, full-time employment fell by 22,000 and part-time went up 151,000. So a lot of people picking up part-time work versus full-time work. And then the number of people working multiple jobs, 123,000 up. That speaks volumes right there that people are needing 2 jobs in order to cover the bills. Just wanted to point that out. So also mortgage apps this week are down 6% week over week, and refis down 7%. Not surprising because interest rates really have hit a high around 7.5% to 8%, depending upon where your FICO score falls in the financing that you need. Jobless claims, initial claims went up 2,000 for the week over week, and the continuing claims fell 1,000. So let's take a look at the MBS charts. This is an improvement from where we started today. We started down 56 basis points. So that knee-jerk reaction to the BLS report. We're presently at 33 basis points down for the day. Maybe we can make up some more ground as they look further into this report and the numbers this week. But you can see I've highlighted for you the this past week in general. You can see that we started way up here. And we have definitely taken a fall from grace and not been able to recover this week. So that does not bode well for long-term interest rates. It has been a little bit of a struggle. I do think that will continue to slow down buyers wanting to get into the market. But again, I reiterate strongly that there are a lot of programs out there that can help navigate those higher interest rates for you so that your payments aren't that bad. So definitely, if you're interested, I do think you should be proactive and continue your search, see what you can qualify for and what programs might work for you. Now is the time to get into the homes before interest rates do come down and all these buyers that are sitting on the sidelines enter back into that market and make it just a buying frenzy again with over ask bids and so forth. Hope you have had a great week. I hope you have a good weekend, and thanks for watching. I do appreciate all your likes, views, and comments and shares if you need to. Have a great weekend.